This videotape demonstrates the Acronym help system, an experimental help system for Unix developed by Nathaniel Borenstein as part of his dissertation research at Carnegie Mellon University. Although Acronym will run on standard video display terminals, it was designed particularly for hardware that includes a large screen display and a mouse. You are looking at a version of Acronym on such a machine, a PERC computer acting as a terminal on a VAX Unix system. The screen is divided into three major windows. The top window is a help text window, in which texts are presented that explain Unix operating system utilities. The second window is a menu of further help topics. The third window is the command window, a TypeScript window in which the user types commands and views their output. Here, with Acronym running on a smaller screen, we will observe its behavior more closely. When the user types the word help, Acronym asks him for a keyword about which he desires help. In this case, the keyword is mail, and Acronym provides a list of mail-related topics. From this list, the user notices the mail command and types the word mail. Acronym updates its display accordingly. Now the user needs to type the name of the recipient of the mail. After typing the first letter M, he was uncertain of its spelling and so typed a question mark. Acronym provided in its menu a list of all valid local mail recipients that matched what he had typed so far. Menu selection is made with a mouse on hardware that includes a mouse, and with function keys when no mouse is available. The function keys serve another purpose as well. Here, at the bottom of the top and middle windows, we see phrases like select F11 to move forward. Using the function keys, the user can scroll each of these windows independently when their texts cannot all be displayed at once. To envision Acronym in real use, imagine a novice user seeking a list of his files. He begins by typing help, followed by the keyword list. By scrolling through the menu that Acronym then provides, he finds the ls command. Now that we have seen the basic mechanisms with which Acronym is used, we can look briefly at the system as a whole. None of the individual features of Acronym are new. Each has been implemented in some other help system somewhere before. But never, apparently, have so many help mechanisms been integrated to work from a common database, with all of the mechanisms available at any given moment. This integration is Acronym's most important contribution. Users need help in several different ways at different times, and there is no reason to try to force them to make do with a single mechanism. By making all of the mechanisms access a common database, it becomes possible to give each mechanism a full component of documentation information while minimizing the work of the documentation writer. Acronym in its current implementation runs on a VAX 11750 running Unix Emacs. Most of the code is written in Mach Lisp, the Emacs extension language, although the computation-intensive parts are written in C and communicate with Emacs via the Carnegie Mellon University Inter-Process Communication Facility. Acronym's database is fleshed out to include most of the Unix utilities, corresponding to Section 1 of the Unix manual. The Acronym database alone now occupies over 0.5 MB of disk storage. Much of this space is taken by the help texts themselves, but a large portion of it specifies the syntax of Unix commands for purposes of context-dependent help, and provides lists of keywords for help requests, thus simulating a thesaurus on keyword help requests. The doctoral dissertation, for which Acronym was developed, focused primarily not on the implementation of Acronym, but on the evaluation of alternative mechanisms for online help. Controlled experiments were conducted, in which Acronym was compared to several other help systems for Unix, including the standard help system, a human tutor, and a simulated natural language help system. In these studies, Acronym fared better than any other help condition except the human tutor. Moreover, Acronym made up approximately 2/3 of the difference between the standard Unix help system and a human tutor. However, the experiments also indicated that one of the best things Acronym has going for it is the quality of the help texts it uses. A much simpler system that used the same texts Acronyms used fared nearly as well as Acronym itself.